Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So today's weekly intuitive message is, you are right where you need to be. Some of you might hear that and might roll your eyes. You could be in maybe not a good environment, or maybe you're in a darker place. Maybe you're having a spiritual awakening, a dark night of the soul. Maybe you're struggling with addiction. Maybe you're struggling with your mental health. Maybe you're struggling with the way the world is right now and feeling hopeless. But know that you have a divine purpose, and everything is happening in divine timing with a divine purpose. There's no coincidences. Everything's always changing, right? You came on this earth to learn lessons, to heal some of the karmic patterns you have, and to experience emotions, and to experience all that is, right? Then we go back to source, right? Some of us have been on this earth multiple times. Some of us are old souls, right? So wherever you're at is perfect. When I was going through addiction, when I was in a really dark place, sitting in a drug house, not knowing what I want to do with my life, feeling hopeless, feeling like I would never escape that lifestyle and that misery, but finding myself still addicted to it and not able to leave it behind me. When I went through even my mom taking her own life, when I went through any of the dark stuff I've been through, I had struggled with mental health a lot before, with anxiety and mood swings and things like that. Mental health is something sometimes I still can struggle with. But even in my darkest places, there was a purpose to that. I look back now and I see that it had a purpose. I needed to experience that low because, like, a dark night of the soul was like everything I was doing was not in alignment with where my life was supposed to go. And honestly, I wasn't going to make it be alive much longer the way I was going. I was down a really dark path, I couldn't control my impulses, my urges, my addiction. I tried for years and years, to recover. And, it took a long time for me to overcome that. But I even look back at my darkest time when I really had no hope and I pretty much lost everyone in my life. I was almost going to be homeless. I wasn't, but I almost was. But then I chose to go to a holistic rehab. I had someone I was dating, it didn't work out. My parents, were sick of me. My friends were all, didn't want to be around me because I was, in a bad state with my addiction. And I kind of isolated myself. I take responsibility, for my actions and everything. But it was really dark. And I lost my job even. Everything that I identify with was falling apart. Everything that I thought brought me joy, which was really false. I was chasing these highs all the time, whether it was from guys, whether it was from substances, from shopping, whatever it was. I was always chasing those highs. I was just seeing they weren't fulfilling me, and I just kept chasing, right? And all of that had a purpose. I had to learn to go with all that was teaching me to go within more and to live a life that was more in alignment. It forced me to heal. It even forced me to step into my purpose. Even me helping people, doing what I do, making content, coaching people, right? Through spiritual awakenings, through their addiction issues, those struggling with mental health, even me going through trauma and stuff. All of that had a purpose. Even my mom taking her life, it had a purpose. Wherever you're at, no matter what it looks like, it's right where you need to be. There's a lesson there. The more quickly you learn the lesson and get the message that it's trying to teach you, and figure out what's in alignment and what's not. And if you're in a place that, you're really miserable at, something's not in alignment, You're in a really dark place, You're being taught maybe to transmute it or to heal or to be an alchemist, to let chaos and even darkness inspire you more, drive you to change. Sometimes we need that chaos to change. Sometimes we need to feel really down and rock bottom for us to find our purpose. Because when everything is in alignment, when you're making choices that are not in alignment with where your life's supposed to go, with your purpose and your higher self, that there's going to be roadblocks, detours, things are going to crash. You might even get into legal trouble. You can deal with addictions. Things get real bad real quick. And we're all here with karmic lessons too, even with other people, right? There are people that pass away. You have issues in relationships with people. You know, we have resentments, anger, whether it's sometimes with family members, romantic relationships, friends. You know, we have to let people go. There's a lot going on. Everyone's on their own journey, and we're all co-creating, right, in this reality. You have your reality, then there's a collective reality, right? But we're all interacting and helping each other, right? So wherever you're at, there's a purpose. There's a lesson there. If you can learn the lesson and know that this moment's going to change, that moment is not going to last forever. But wherever you're at, you have the power to change it by the way you're believing, thinking, and acting. You could be in a really dark, crazy environment and still see the purpose, still find your way out, still see the silver lining, see what it's trying to teach you. It's making you stronger in some kind of way, it's helping you evolve more. Sometimes we need pain and suffering to evolve, unfortunately. That's how it is a lot of time. That's how it was with me. The more out of alignment you are, the more you have to usually suffer, you know, but it's a choice. So you'll be presented with different tests, different choices, and is this choice in line with my higher self or not? And the more you resist the present moment, the more you're trying to run away from yourself and your problems, the more that shadow is going to chase you, right? You can't reject your own shadow. Your own shadow is a part of you. You have to integrate that shadow, right? In which you resist persists. So just know that wherever you're at is the perfect place to be. Even if it's a place that you're really miserable at, you can use that energy and like alchemize those emotions and let them empower you, let them drive you. But you have to feel the emotions first. That's doing shadow work, sitting with that shadow, sitting with your insecurities, your fears, your chaos, whatever is going on, drama, whatever, the pain, the suffering, the addictions. It's like sitting with that and facing them and finding healing. You have to choose better. No matter what I don't care what your situation's like, you can get out of it. You can make a different choice. You can think a different way. You can believe something different about yourself. You can believe in yourself. You can know that there's a purpose in what you're doing. You can choose to feel differently and take inspired action. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? When I decided I wanted to heal from addiction, when I decided that I'm not going to let my mom, the trauma with my mom, her taking her life, ruin the rest of my life. And when I chose to heal from that, when I made a decision to heal and to do better for myself, the teacher appeared, or the resource appeared, or the opportunity appeared, you know, or maybe it could just be someone mentoring me or someone who's been through something similar and they showed up, or the opportunity showed up for me to go to rehab, or the opportunity for me to move somewhere else. You know, there's like different things, right? You have to make that decision. You have to decide you want better for yourself, and that's when it can change. And then once you decide that, you'll start to manifest different opportunities or people or something to help you move forward and evolve. So wherever you're at is perfect. It has a purpose, and you might not see it till later down the road. Some situations you just have to accept where you're at and just keep it moving no matter what, and just make the next best choice. Everything is changing. Change is the only constant. So to say you're stuck is an illusion. If you want to get out of a bad, undesirable circumstance, I think I'm going to do a podcast on it actually, you have to start to think, feel, and act differently as that ideal version of yourself, highest self version, whatever, best version. How would they think, feel, and act? And if you consistently do that with repetition, you're going to see your reality change. You're going to see your circumstance change. But it has to start within. It has to change within first for it to reflect out there. Everything's always changing. So no matter what's going on, that moment will pass. It will get better. But you have to decide it will get better. You have to make better choices first. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also have a Facebook group, and Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in this video description and in my channel description. I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. If you need help getting your life together, going through spiritual awakening, dark night of the soul, struggling with addiction, mental health issues, just in a really dark place, and you need some intuitive guidance to help you transform your life and really want to become an alchemist and transmute some of these negative emotions and darker experiences. My contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.